你什么时候结婚啊？你该考虑成家了。Do these sound familiar? If you're in your 20s or 30s, still single and haven't had kids, you might hear these questions a lot, maybe even at every single family gathering. But have you ever wondered, do American parents say the same things? There's this common stereotype that all American parents don't really care that much about what you do. They just let you do whatever you want, and after you turn 18, you're kicked out and left on your own. But this is all just a stereotype. Well, there are some American families that are pretty independent, and some people do move out at 18, etc. But the real truth is a lot more complicated than that. When we talk about American culture and American experience, I think it's really important to note that not every family is the same. That could be socially, personal relationships, school, work, hobbies, anything like that. And they usually expect things to be done pretty efficiently. So not all parents are the same. It's not a yes or no answer. A lot of things depend on stuff like culture, where you're from, and other influences that might impact the way your parents raise you. So why does it seem like American parents are usually less direct or less involved when it comes to their kids' personal lives? There are a few reasons for this, actually. For the most part, American culture values independence, and it's common to let your kids figure stuff out on their own and decide their own life. And this shows up in a wide variety of things. There are smaller things like letting your child choose what they want to eat for dinner, or letting them choose their extracurricular activities and what hobbies they want to spend time on in their free time. And there are also bigger things like letting your child choose their own major in college and so on. Personal relationships are just one part of it. Asking about someone's love life can be seen as nosy and also kind of crossing a boundary or crossing a line. Even within families, there are certain social boundaries that we don't cross. Each family is different, but most of the time we don't want to push things too far or talk about things that make people uncomfortable. This is also why a lot of people say Americans are really sensitive. But my family, we would never directly say anything about, oh, it's time for you to get married. Oh, you need to start thinking about having a family. They might mention it very subtly, kind of passive aggressively, but they would never do anything to make us feel like there's this pressure or to make us feel stressed about our life decisions. But that's just my family. Not everyone is like this. My boyfriend's family, they're not American, but they're kind of more direct with the way that they say things. They like to ask questions about when you're gonna get married or when you're gonna start having babies. They get really excited about all that stuff. To be honest, both my parents and my boyfriend's parents want the same exact thing: marriage and babies. They just have different ways of expressing themselves. I've also seen a lot of different people whose parents are much more involved in their lives, but most of the time it is more of a discussion. They all talk about their opinions and they help each other come to better outcomes and better conclusions. Many people might even see their parents as their best friends, and they might consult them on any problems they're facing in life. So yes, American parents do care, but they're usually a bit more softer and indirect in the way that they show it, and sometimes it can also be super confusing. But what about your family? Are they more relaxed and laid back? Or maybe are they a bit more traditional and they always ask these kinds of questions?